Hello, everyone. Welcome to Simple English Stories. Today, we have a long and meaningful story called My First Job. This story is perfect for practicing English listening, speaking, and the shadowing technique. Listen carefully to each sentence. Pause the video after each sentence and repeat after me. Copy the tone, the speed, and the emotion. Are you ready? Let's begin. My name is Emily. This is the story of my first job and how it changed my life in ways I never expected. I was 20 years old when I got my first job. I had just finished college and I felt excited, but also very nervous. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to earn my own money. I wanted to feel useful and proud of myself. I lived with my parents in a small apartment in the city. Every morning, my father left early for work, and my mother prepared breakfast for us. They always supported me, but I knew they wanted me to stand on my own feet. Every day, I searched for jobs online. I sent my resume to many companies. I checked my email again and again. Days passed, then weeks passed, and I received no replies. Sometimes I felt discouraged. Sometimes I questioned myself and wondered if I was good enough. But deep inside, I knew I had to keep trying. One afternoon, I saw a job post for a small cafe near my home. They were looking for a barista. I had no experience, but I decided to try anyway. The next morning, I walked into the cafe with shaking hands. The smell of coffee filled the air. The place was warm and cozy. A woman behind the counter smiled at me and asked if she could help. I told her I was there to apply for the job. She introduced herself as Mrs. Thompson, the cafe owner. She asked me a few simple questions and looked at my resume. Then she said something that surprised me. "Can you start tomorrow?" I could not believe my ears. I smiled widely and said yes without hesitation. That moment felt unreal, like a dream coming true. That night, I could not sleep. I kept thinking about my first day. I was excited, scared, and curious all at the same time. The next morning, I woke up early and wore simple clothes. When I arrived at the cafe, my heart was beating fast. Mrs. Thompson showed me around and explained my duties. Everything felt difficult at first. The coffee machine was confusing. I spilled coffee more than once. I forgot orders and mixed up names. Some customers were kind and patient. Others were not. One man complained loudly about his coffee, and I felt embarrassed. That day, I went home exhausted. My feet hurt, my hands smelled like coffee. But inside, I felt proud. Days turned into weeks. Slowly, I learned how to make coffee properly. I learned how to smile even when I felt tired. I learned how to stay calm under pressure. One of my coworkers was a young man named Daniel. He worked there part-time and was always friendly. He helped me when I made mistakes and never made me feel bad. We started talking during breaks. We talked about movies, music, and our dreams. Working felt easier when he was around. One rainy afternoon, something unexpected happened. During my break, I checked my phone and suddenly it was gone. I searched everywhere, but I could not find it. I panicked. My phone had my contacts, photos, and important messages. I felt lost without it. Daniel noticed I was upset and asked what happened. When I told him, he offered to help. Together, we searched the cafe and even checked outside. After a long search, a customer returned my phone. She had found it on the table earlier. I felt relieved and thankful. That small moment brought Daniel and I closer. We talked more after that day. We laughed more, we shared more. Weeks passed and my confidence grew. I became faster and more skilled at my job. Mrs. Thompson trusted me more and gave me more responsibilities. One evening, after closing the cafe, Daniel and I walked home together. The city lights were bright and the air was cool. We talked about our future, our plans, and our hopes. I felt comfortable sharing everything with him. Daniel always made me laugh, and I felt safe and happy with him. Looking back, I realized how much my first job had changed me. It taught me responsibility. It taught me patience. It taught me confidence. What started as a simple job became a place where I grew as a person. I learned that mistakes are part of learning. I learned that kindness matters. Sometimes I think about my first day and smile. I was scared and unsure, but I did not give up. Now, every time I drink coffee, I remember those days. My first job was not just about money, it was about growth, friendship, and believing in myself. And now, it's your turn. Listen carefully to each sentence. Pause the video after each sentence and repeat after me. Copy the tone, the speed, and the emotion. This is the shadowing technique. If you practice it every day, even for 10 minutes, your English listening, speaking, and pronunciation will improve. Thank you for learning with simple English stories. See you in the next video.